Hey guys, AJ here, back with another one for you. So guys, is there anything better than these modern women who spend their whole 20s and 30s on some foolishness about strong and independent a career just to realize in their mid to late 30s or early 40s that, oh no, I wanted to have kids and be married after all. Right? Clown world, guys. Here we have a case right here. I'm 38 and staying single. I recently realized I want a child and I'm terrified that I've missed my opportunity. So we're going to get into this, guys. But before we do, like, subscribe, drop a comment. It really helps keep this channel going. Check out my second channel linked in the description. Check out my lives, guys, in the community tab. And here we go. This is Melissa Persling. And this is from Insider, okay? Look at her. She said, I didn't want kids and didn't think that I'd want to get married again after my divorce. I recently realized I do want to actually build a life and a family with someone. There it is, guys. Right there. Right there. Spending all this time BSing. And now she realizes, oops. And she says, I'm almost 39 and I'm starting to panic about whether my chance to have a child has passed. Clown world, guys. Absolute clown world. Okay. She says, I can still picture it. I was 20, sitting on the kitchen countertop with my legs dangling over the cabinets. He was 21, leaning against the stove of a home he hoped we'd share. We've been dating for nearly 2 years or at a standstill. I was clinging to my dream of moving 5 hours away to attend the design program at the Art Institute of Seattle. In other words, guys, she wanted to move for a useless degree. He wanted a simple life with children and home-cooked meals in the little town of Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, where we met in 6th grade. That day in the kitchen, we decided to stay together, and we each gave up something to do that. I would no longer pursue design school, the big city life I'd always dreamed of, and he'd forego having children and a wife who prioritized home-making clown world. Why? Guys, sidebar. Kids are the only thing that you cannot compromise on. If you want to have kids and she says she doesn't, guys, leave. If she wants to have kids and you don't, guys, leave. Vice versa. You cannot compromise on kids. And guys, if a woman ever says that she doesn't want kids, and she indicated at one point that she does, and she says she doesn't, it's cap. It's cap.
Stop the cap.
And one day she's gonna have a baby on you, and you're gonna be screwed. Okay? Okay. So, he forego having kids and a wife who prioritized homemade. I made it clear to him that I did not see motherhood in my future and that he needed to be okay with that. 2 years later, we married, clown world. He said, my now ex-husband wants kids and a stay-at-home wife. So, here we go, guys. He changed his mind. My husband thought I'd change, and I thought that I could change for him. Not a good idea. I told myself that it was silly to go after my dreams and that I should be content in the pretty mountain town where I grew up. But I grew resentful. There it is, guys. When he asked where dinner was, he complained that his gym clothes hadn't been washed. I did little to hide my disdain for small town life. He was a good, hardworking man, but I don't think I made him feel that way. So she didn't want to quote unquote settle for the life that he could provide, so she treated him like dog shit. Look at that. Look at that. And this guy, for accepting a woman who didn't want kids, come on, man. He should have known. Okay. We were both young, foolish, sweet, thinking that our love would allow us to overcome our differences. We were also very wrong. Shortly after I turned 30, we divorced. We were both tired of sacrificing things that were important to us for each other. So now she says, I didn't think that I'd want to ever get married again or have kids. I told my family and friends I'd never get married again. I needed independence, a fulfilling career, and a space to chart my own course. I didn't think my marriage fit into that vision. There's a sob story, guys. Right? All the same, she's saying this as to kind of justify where she is. All this feminist crap of saying, I needed independence, a fulfilling career, space to chart my own course, and no marriage, right? I was content to look towards a future without a husband, children, the trappings of a quote-unquote traditional life. I was also in no hurry to get into a serious relationship after my divorce. I was terrified of repeating my mistakes. Nevertheless, months later, I stumbled into one that lasted 7.5 years. He was significantly older and wasn't interested in marriage or children, and we were focused on our careers. Here we go, guys. We expected a little of each other aside from fidelity. So, in other words, she found an older Chad, right? Because she moved to the big city and the big lights, and there was some guy, right, who's probably older, who was just smashing girls, right? Or maybe a guy who had just gotten out of a divorce and said, I'm not getting married again. Okay. So we had expected little from each other except for fidelity. We took trips, drank wine, stayed out late, without the expectations or duties of a shared mortgage or family. We simply enjoyed our time together. When we were apart, we did our own things. Those were great, easy years. It was an incredibly healing relationship, guys. There go those buzzwords. And ironically, I started to become the woman my ex-husband wanted. There it is, guys. See, I enjoyed cooking, cleaning, and caring for someone when it was my choice and when it wasn't asked of me. I'd been so preoccupied with preserving my independence and caring for myself that I hadn't realized how much I could enjoy caring for someone else and allowing them to take care of me. Guys, sidebar, what she's saying is she found a Chad, okay? She found a Chad or a Tyrone, and that is the person that she honestly wanted to actually be a wife to, right? And not, her regular schmegular dude. I started to think that I want more than an easy, aimless relationship. I realized I might actually want to build a life from the ground up with someone who wanted the same thing. And while I knew that might take more work, it also felt like the type of connection worth pursuing. I felt restless. I couldn't ignore that what I wanted had changed. And though we were technically together, we were living our own lives. That was exactly what I had wanted and needed after my divorce, but the autonomy was no longer my top priority. And isn't that what all these feminists want, guys? Autonomy, right? And then all of a sudden they get what they want and they look around and like, oh no, right? Okay. So I felt like the relationship that I was in had run its course. He's a wonderful man and we're still close, but we entered into our relationships without the intention or shared vision of the future. Guys, we broke up before my 37th birthday. So she decided to become single again at 37 years old. Look at that. Look at that. I broke hearts and had my own heart broken, and she said, I dated around for the first time in my life, so now she's 37 and riding that carousel, guys. Riding the carousel. I broke hearts and had my own heart broken and did in my late 30s what many people do in their 20s. There it is. There it is, guys. There it is. Jumping from dong to dong to dong. And these 37-year-old chicks, they wonder why young guys, like 20-year-old guys, date them. It's because they're easy sex, right? Okay. I didn't know it then, but I was learning what I wanted and needed in a relationship. Yeah, right. By banging a bunch of random dudes, right, guys? Ultimately, I wanted to build a life with another person, not simply join theirs when it's convenient. I began to feel an incredible urgency to find the relationship instability to see me through the second half of life. To my amazement, I began to seriously think about marriage and children. I hardly recognized myself. There it is, guys. There it is. There it is. Look at that. She wanted independence, autonomy, a career, all this stuff, and then all of a sudden she hits her late 30s after all this brainwashing just to find out
you've been had, you've been took, you've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
She's been fooled this whole time. I also began to feel selfish for spending so much time solely on myself. I went from proudly proclaiming that I was too self-centered to be bothered with a family to realizing that there was more to life than independence and the pleasures of living for oneself. Guys, this is what we say all the time. And these women think that we're full of it. They think we're full of it. Red Pill guys say, hey, any girls in your life, maybe like a old high school friend or I don't know, because I don't believe that men and women can be friends, but any woman that you talk to who might ask your opinion, are you sure that you want to focus on just a career? And what if they say, guys?
How dare you?
Maybe you might want to have kids one day.
How dare you?
You might want to settle down and maybe not have so many bodies and worry about getting married and having kids to a nice guy in your 20s. And what do they say, guys?
How dare you?
Look at that. My very existence started to feel shallow and hollow. Look at that. Now, she says, now months after that realization at nearly 39, I feel panicked, thinking I'll be a single, childless, middle-aged woman. I worry that my youthful looks will fade. Will fade? Oh, they've already faded. And that I won't be able to attract the man that I want to spend the rest of my life with. If I sound desperate, it's because I honestly do feel desperate. At my age, I know that creating life may not be an option for me. That's the first, sensible thing she said this whole time. And I worry that men who want a family aren't looking for a woman pushing 40. I get it. I'm no longer the ideal candidate for motherhood. It's a scary truth, but I still hope to find someone who thinks that I'm the ideal partner and create our family together. I understand the appeal of life. Without the marriage or children, for many years I was quite satisfied living that way. I know people can live happy, purpose-driven lives without these things. I just don't believe I'm one of those people anymore. I know that my purpose lies in having a husband and a family. I'm meant to care for more than myself. I'm looking for my forever person, hoping he's looking for me too. Guys, there you go. This last paragraph right here is where the majority of modern women are going to be. Okay? I think it's 2035. The majority of women over 30 will be single and childless, which means, guys, I'm Generation X. In the next 3 to 5 years, you are going to see the bulk of Generation X chicks are divorced or never been married. And then older millennials, guys, by 2035. And we're going to start seeing this more and more and more. That's why the Surgeon General talked about loneliness being an issue. Because now there's lonely women out there. And she's getting bodied in the comments here. Look at this. Yep. All these women here are bodying her, guys. I'll drop the link to this article for all you guys who want to read the comments, man. Someone said, congratulations, you did miss it. Enjoy your cats. Yep. Look at that. So, all right, you guys. This is where modern women are. And this is how they are in Japan and in Korea, too. And India is starting to get this way, too. So, all right, you guys. Let me know who you think. This is AJ. I appreciate you guys. I'm out of here. Have a good one, guys.